Can you buy a home after you've had a bankruptcy? Well, the answer to that question is yes, you can. If you've had a bankruptcy and you've now rebuilt your credit, you can buy a home, but depending on the type of bankruptcy you filed and the loan program you're using, you may have to wait a little while because each one of the loan programs do have waiting periods depending on the individual circumstances. So let me run through this really quick with you, and let's talk about a Chapter 13 bankruptcy first. So if you filed a Chapter 13 and you're doing a conventional loan, if the bankruptcy was discharged, you've got a 2-year waiting period after the discharge date. If the bankruptcy was dismissed, it's a 4-year waiting period after the dismissal date of that bankruptcy. For FHA, it's 2 years from the discharge date. For a VA, you just have to have completed the bankruptcy and be out of the bankruptcy. And same thing for USDA. Now, also note with a Chapter 13, FHA, VA, and USDA, all three of those government programs do have a provision in there where you can buy a home and get a mortgage, or you can get a mortgage if you're still in the Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Now, again, there's some additional guidelines around that, but it's not impossible to get a loan even if you're still in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy and you're using one of those government programs. The other program or the other bankruptcy type would be a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. With a Chapter 7, if you're doing a conventional loan through Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, it's a 4-year waiting period. For FHA and VA, it's 2 years on the waiting period. And then for USDA, it's a 3-year waiting period after the discharge or dismissal date of the bankruptcy. One thing I would also note, again, these are kind of high-level guidelines, and there are some provisions in there for these periods to be shortened if you have extenuating circumstances. Now, just so you know, that is defined as temporary events that are beyond the borrower's control, such as the loss of a job, medical bills, or the death of a wage earner. So that is evaluated on a case-by-case basis. But just know some of these timeframes can be shortened if you have what would be considered extenuating circumstances. Hope that's helpful to you. If you have specific questions around this or any other mortgage issue, please feel free to reach out. I'll be glad to help. Thanks for watching.